This is the Executive Suite here where we bring you the newest and hottest R&B music and artists. Today, I want to welcome to the suite, hold up, let me get this right, actor, producer, singer, songwriter, my brother, Josh X. What's going on? How you doing?
What's going on, my brother? How are you?
I'm doing good. Listen, before we go anywhere, I respect your grind, your hustle, and you're never Hollywood, brother. Love it.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. You know that. We got to stay humble. We always got to stay humble.
For real, for real. So listen, I like to take my guests back. Everybody that's listening, I like to take them back a little bit. How did you get started in music?
Okay, so in the music business or music?
Wow. Okay, so you know what? Let's go to music, and then we're gonna talk business after.
Okay, so music. My mom, she's from Haiti, and her parents weren't able to afford an instrument for her when she was younger. So when she came to America, she grinded. She made sure she had, an opportunity to provide her children with music. That was one of her passions. She loved the violin, and she taught herself how to play, but her parents weren't able to afford private lessons. So my siblings, there's 5 of us, and my pops wasn't around growing up. And my mom, she just made it her business that she was going to give me the piano. And that was my gift at 6 when she gave it to me. At first, I was like, Mom, this is crazy. Most kids at 6 are playing freeze tag, dodgeball, you know what I'm saying, rollerblading.
Yeah.
You're telling me to sit on this piano and not only play music that I would never think I would ever use, which is some of this stuff like this, just to give you a little vibe. It's a little Chopin. So my mom be sitting at the table and she'd be happy as hell as I'm performing for her. So now I'm like 6 years old playing classical music. The honeys is like, this boy is weird. You feel me? Like they're not.
I wasn't expecting you to say that. He said weird. I was about to say, I thought you would say, yo, they rocking with me. Oh, nah.
Nah, man, they wasn't feel like from Queens. You feel me? Born Brooklyn, raised in Queens. And let me tell you, the honeys at the time, they was not feeling that vibe.
Okay.
So, I gave my mom what she loved, which is, being a good son. I'm a bit of a mama's boy because that's who raised me. I said, okay, Ma, I'll go to school and I'll graduate from college with a bachelor's in music. And then from there, if I do that, will you allow me to, because still being a respectful child, would you allow me to pursue a career in music? Would that make you happy? Because most Haitian parents, they want you to be a doctor or a lawyer. That's it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Or a judge. So for me, I was like, none of them things fit my description. I really didn't like school so much. I was one of them students that really just, was on hands-on student.
Okay.
So that's when I did my music. That's where that came from. And then after college, of course, I'm like, it's time to get this bread. Let me get into the music business. And that's when I started pursuing that whole journey there.
Okay. Got it. So who are some of the people that influence you besides the ladies? Because I know it was the ladies that, but who are like, some of the artists growing up, like, you know what? I like this guy's style. I like this style,
So my first artist that I got endorsed by, literally was my idol, was 𝓃𝒗. Now, you got to know this song.
Yes.
I give your audience a little bit, you know what I mean? 𝓃𝒗 was like my favorite artist. After Chopin, I learned me some 𝓃𝒗, and that's when the honey started coming in.
That's it.
So I, was in high school, learning this song right here, which was super dope for me. So I'm gonna give your audience a little vibe. This is the first R&B song I ever learned how to play and sing. Here we go. I can't remember why we fell apart. That's something that was so meant to be. Forever is the promise in our hearts. And more I wonder where you are. Chorus. Till I ever cross your mind. Anytime. anytime, baby. Oh, I miss you. I miss you. Yes, sir. So that song right there, that was my favorite artist in the world. And you know, after learning so much classical music and digging into Brian McKnight's catalog, being a singer and learning that I could sing and playing was really what I was doing my whole life. It was like, yo, I could learn this guy's music, and if I apply myself, I could, you know, try to write songs like this, because these are the songs that resonated with me. And I met my idol, Brian McKnight, right out the gate, and that was super dope. That was super dope for me.
And since you're showing us your skills and talking about idols and stuff like that, I seen that you performed for the legendary Stevie Wonder. How was that, and how did that come about? Like, what, you know, take us back to that.
So now, I had this record called First Time. I'll play a little bit of it. You know what I mean? I'm in LA, I got my head down like this. I'm doing a promo tour the whole time, you feel me? Huh? And I just left Brian McKnight, which was super dope. Because, you know, I was already on 1,000, you feel me? And I performed First Time for Brian McKnight, and he's vibing to it. And as I'm in LA, I look up and it's Stevie Wonder, you feel me? Who comes into the room, and no one told me he was gonna be there. And I performed this song from this original song, my first R&B song that I've ever written and produced. Turn on the lights so I can see what I'm doing, girl. I'm loving the way I move, watch you do that, girl. Mine is those shoes, listen up, I'm gonna be attraction girl, I love my girl, loving the way I rock your girl. Pull on your hair, cause you love it when I do that, girl. Tonight's a special night for us, feels like landing, girl. Work my way down, you need to penetrate, grab your waist, as always, push it to the grace. Nothing like the very first time, my baby. I really love you, oh girl. You love it like the very first time, my baby. I really love you, oh girl. I really love you, oh girl. So that record right there,
that was
first time, that was my first big record. And I was performing it, you know, I wrote this whole song in my head when I had moved to Boston, leaving New York. And I wrote the whole song to, you know, in my head. And when I got to my piano in Boston in my new place, the piano just came to me. And that was the first song that opened up the doors to bring me to my two idols, Brian McKnight first, and then Stevie Wonder. Okay. So I'm forever very, very, very grateful for that.
Wow, because I was just about to ask you, what was the first song that, you know, you felt the industry really paid attention to you? So First Time is that record.
Yeah, that's the record. That's the record that jumped on. That's my first charting record on Billboard. That's my first song that made me meet my idols. And I don't think it gets any better than that.
You're right about that. It don't.
For me,
I ain't gonna lie. You tell you the record that I'm a little late. I guess I'm a little late at that time. But the record that I was rocking in the clubs and I still rock to this day is I Don't Care featuring Ghostface.
Bow.
That's my record. That's my record. You know what I'm saying? That's my record. You know what I'm saying? So talking about collabs, right? I see you collab with Jadakiss, Cardi B, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jim Jones. The list goes on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? What are some other artists that you'll like to collab with? Or that you know, in the stash right now? You know what I'm saying? Give us a little something. If you got something in the stash right now.
I mean, I got some stuff in the stash.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming off my project, the X project dropping.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm about to shoot the video next week, so that's a big feature I'm looking forward to. Okay. I can't say the name yet.
Can't say. I was about to say, come on, you can't. You know. All right, cool. I got you. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. At least they heard it here first.
The labels are still working out the back end paperwork.
Gotcha.
So once that gets the signatures on it, then I'm viral. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope.
Okay.
Drake, of course, that's one of my favorite artists. I would love to work with Drake. I would love a feature with you know, Alicia Keys, you know, iconic. Travis Scott, you know what I'm saying? The baby, little baby. You know, little baby got that
Shaft
drip.
make it happen. Tell Shaft make it happen. I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
clip right here of him right
make
now.
it happen, boy. Burna Boy, that would be dope. You feel me? A Josh X Burna Boy collab. I could bring this Haitian vibe. He could bring his vibe, and we could go viral.
Yeah.
You know, I just you know, LMA's another one. I love her voice. I love her voice. I think we could make a killer duet.
Okay. How would you describe your style and flow to people? If somebody, you know, like, how do you describe that to them?
It's like new age R&B with that classic R&B feel.
Yes.
So like, I feel like I give you that new sound with that old sound, and I merge them. So if you was a fan of 90s R&B, I'm not gonna lose you, because you're gonna still feel that. You're gonna feel those harmonies. You're gonna feel those real songs, those real hooks. And then if you're into new R&B, I'm gonna give you some of them trap drums, some of that, you know, that mumble on certain songs sometimes, when you might just, you know, catch the vibe.
Yeah.
And the whole point of being an artist, you gotta make music for everybody. I truly believe that. You feel me? So I try my best to do that.
What's your process in making a song? You know, is it usually past experiences? Like, what's the process behind that?
The process behind making a song, it really depends what I'm going through. You feel me? Like, I'm a hands-on kind of artist that likes to talk about stuff that I really go through. So if you listen to like my project Piano Confessions, you'll hear like that's a real project. Everything that came out of my mouth in that song, I wrote and produced that whole project, and that project is me. And then there's songs that I like to have fun, you know, and it depends if I'm going through having a fun day, you know. But you know, it comes to me sometimes on my keyboard in the late night, you know, 2, 3 in the morning, I might write me my songs. And then if I'm in the studio and I just hear that beat like All On Me with Rick Ross, that record right there, that beat was so hard. When I heard bam, 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 with the horns, I went right in the booth, man. Pillow tight, late night, wait by your phone. And it just came as a freestyle. I never write on paper.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, I never write on paper. I feel like that stops my flow and my energy when I like to write on the spot, right in the booth.
Got it. So we gotta take out songwriting and just put talented, you know, something. We gotta switch that up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta switch that up. So listen, before we go, can you give us a taste of your new single, I Miss You?
I got you. So I'm gonna give you a verse. This is a big record that I'm looking forward to. I Miss You, available August 7th on all platforms. It's strictly for the ladies and the fellas. If you're messing up, you might need this record to get your shorty back. But the verse goes, it's produced by 𝓔𝓁, by the way.
Okay.
For those that don't know, did 𝓔𝓁 and Savage and, you know, all these other records. But here goes the verse. Finally happened to me. Baby, please don't you leave. Hell no, I ain't never loved nobody. I'm lonely in this new Maserati. This house is empty. It's getting messy. You don't even want this for fun. I don't know how I'm gonna let you go. Nah, 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 nah. I let this get too far. I'm speeding in my car. The plane is on the runway. Nobody's leaving. Cancel flights this evening. Nah, 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 nah. You can get away, especially not today. And baby, let me say, girl, my heart is bleeding. Your heart is bleeding. Yeah.
There you have it, Josh X, right here on the Executive Suite.
Yes.